in on here so you can see the work that I'm doing. There we go. Zoom out a little bit and zoom in. How to get the right balance. It's not quite right. So I'm actually just going to focus this on the screen. I'm going to be typing off camera. Okay, I'm going to continue to listen to Grant Cardone's closing book.
Better leverage close. This was taught to me by a gentleman named Juan in Acapulco, Mexico, who was selling me a piece of jewelry, and I have used this close thousands of times to close other people. You have an objection over price, payment, terms, whatever, and you're going to say, particularly on consumable products or products where people are personally enjoying something, different than maybe life insurance or a big machinery purchase for a company. Better to live rich close. It's better to pay a little extra and get what you want than to pay a little less and make a mistake. It's better to live rich than die rich. I need your okay here, and I'll get your new product ready so you can start enjoying it right now. This is a killer close, folks, okay? Better to live rich than die rich, all right? It's better to pay a little extra and get what you want than to pay a little less and make a mistake. It's better to live rich than die rich. And trust me, you're going to die. Look, I need you okay here. I'll get you your new product ready so you can start enjoying it right now. This is a great close, one of my favorites. I'll never forget Juan down in Acapulco. It reminds the buyer that he or she can't take it with him. I remember a friend of mine wanted to go buy, big SUV, and he's like, oh man, I don't know, it's a lot of money. I'm like, hey pal, better to live rich than die rich. He's like, what? He just snapped it. He's like, what? I said, better to live rich than die rich. Trust me, if you die, your daughter's going to get the money from your inheritance, and she's going to go buy the truck she wants, okay? He's like, you're right. Went down and bought it right away. It's better to live rich than die rich. Try it out here. Better to pay a little extra and get what you want than to pay a little less and make a mistake. Everybody's made a mistake by paying too little on something they didn't really want. Better to live rich than die rich. I need your okay here and here. I'll get your new product ready so you can start enjoying it right now. Can't take it with you close. I agree it's a lot of money, but look, let's face it, you can't take it with you. Let's do this. This close brings it all down to the truth, that ultimate truth that you can't take money with you when you go. Obviously great for closes on discretionary consumer products. Money is a very, very strange thing for most people, whereby they put more importance on money than their own enjoyment. Trust me, if this guy had some terminal illness right now, and the doctor said, hey man, you got 3 days to live, money would not be the issue right now. Everybody agree? He'd be like, how much money? I'll find 100 grand, pay for this if you can give me some extra time. Ted Turner said one night, he's like, you know what? No matter how much money you have, it won't buy you an extra day. See, that's why you want to counter this phenomenon of money and fear and I can't afford it. You want to counter it with something even more unconfrontable. Sir, you can't take it with you. I agree it's a lot of money, but look, you're not going to take it with you. Let's do this. Yeah, so use this close, okay? Don't be scared of it. Don't be talking about death, man. Let people wake up every day wondering, hey, I wonder how much time I got. Don't be scared to use some of these closes that may be new or different to you or you think are overboard, okay?
Ooh, turn it down a bit.
No shortage of money close.
No shortage of money.
Look, I agree it's a lot of money, but there's no shortage of money on this planet. Now, there are a shortage of people who are happy, who have the things they want, and who love their lives. Now, let's do this. See, this close reminds the buyer, reminds your prospect of what's really important, and that while money can be reproduced, there is no shortage of money. Being happy now, there is a shortage of, and that's what's really important. Like, can't take it with you close. This is a great close for discretionary consumer products. It can also be used for business purchases as what is more important than the present budget is the hope of more money in the future. So you could use what? Hey, look, there's no shortage of money, but there's a shortage of production. There's a shortage of hours in a day. There's a shortage of people getting the most out of their production schedule. Focus on the positive and get off of the spending. This is called no shortage of money close, and it goes like this. I agree it's a lot of money, but there's no shortage of money on this planet. Now, there is a shortage of people who are happy and love their lives. If you're selling a manufacturing, a piece of equipment, hey, there's no shortage of money on this planet, but there is a shortage of people producing at levels high enough to make you a profitable company. Great close. Use it. Reason to buy clothes. Excuse me, but may I ask, are you looking for reasons to make a decision today, or are you looking for reasons not to make a decision? Grant, man, I want to make a decision. I'm not here to be difficult. Good. What are some of the reasons to do this? Now, this close is to be used when you have a difficult buyer who continues to throw objections endlessly with the effort, apparently, to either just be right or to not do something. But you have to be very careful with this one. Once you get the buyer to agree that he is looking for reasons to do something, then ask, well, hey, what are some of those reasons? You want to put attention back on the positive and the can-do and the solution and get off the negative.
What are some of the
And
reasons?
this close, reason to buy close. Excuse
You're
me, John,
looking
but may
to
I
buy.
ask you a question? Are you looking for reasons, sir, to make a decision? Are you looking for reasons not to make a decision? You want to use this late in the negotiations. Don't use it early. You got it? Reason to buy close. Excuse me, but may I ask you, are you looking for reasons to make a decision? Or are you looking for reasons not to make a decision? If I could, would you close? Now, this close is so overused by closers that I want you to be very, very careful with it. It comes to the point to where somebody's finally said, look, I can do this, 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 and this. If you do these things, this is what it would take. And you want to get a commitment at this point and ask, if I can handle every objection you have, if I can handle and get you every term, every request that you've made today, would you make a decision about this product? You want to save this close for late in the game. Never, ever use this early. Your attempt is to see if you can get the buyer to see a way to make a decision today. Once you can get a yes, then you want to get a list of objections and terms that you can handle. The most important step in any close is the decision maker being able to see himself saying, yes, I'll do this. See, until this happens, until this actually is accomplished, this idea that I'm going to do something, no close is actually possible. Be careful not to overuse this. If I could, would you close? Okay, it goes like this. If I could handle every objection you had, if I could make all the terms you've requested a possibility, would you make a decision about this product today? 11th inning close. How many innings are in a game? Should be 9 innings. 11th inning would suggest you do this way late, way at the end of a deal. So you're going to ask your buyer what figures and terms would be necessary for you to say yes to this purchase. You're pulling out all the stops now. You're firing your last shot, not over the bow, but directly into the camp of the buyer. And you're saying, hey, what figures and what terms would be necessary for you to say yes to this purchase? Come on, we've worked on it. I know the product's right. I know it's right for you. So what terms, what figures would be necessary for you to speed up your process? I know you want to wait until June of next year, but what figures and terms would be necessary for you to say yes to this purchase today? Use this when a commitment seems unattainable. Always use it late, never early, and be careful not to overuse it. This close is most often overused by the short cutter, be careful shortcutters, and the undertrained closers. 11th inning close. I probably don't even need to repeat this to you because most of you overuse this already. What figures and terms would be necessary for you to say yes to? Look, I don't like this close a lot, so I'm telling you right now, be careful with it. Justify close. Very simple one line. How do you justify an investment of this size? You're saying, why would you ever ask somebody that in the close? I'm sitting down, I'm writing up my product order. I'm sitting down, I have the decision maker in front of me, made the whole boards there. There's $1 million project I'm trying to sell them. And I ask them, let me ask you something. How do you guys justify an investment of this size? I remember I was selling $52.8 million worth of property in Tucson, Arizona. I'm sitting down negotiating with the new buyer, Ricardo, and I'm like, how do you guys justify $52,800,000 for this apartment complex of multiple purchases? How do y'all justify an investment of this size?
How do you justify an investment?
Because we believe in Tucson, we like the way you've taken care of the product, we love your occupancy, and we believe we can increase the rents. Who's closing who here? I'm a little confused. They became the closer. This can be used as a trial close, even as a lock close, if you will, to have the buyer close himself or herself by telling you how they can make sense of the purchase. This is used by very professional closers who welcome knowing the truth of the matter, who don't wish deals closed, cross your fingers, hope for a deal, but actually close the deal themselves. This close eliminates buyer's remorse. It allows the buyer to rationalize the decision and voice that decision, which is important because the buyer has to make logic out of even the most emotional purchase.
How do you rationalize this purchase?
So the close goes like
How do you make
this.
sense
It's
of this
lethal,
purchase?
man. It's lethal, and I would use this a lot. Hey, how do you folks justify an investment of this size? Right before presenting your full package. Let me ask you guys a question. How would you justify an investment of this size? And they're going to tell you, be bold and mighty forces will come to your aid. Lock close. L-O-C-K, close. Lock close. You close the deal. You've agreed on numbers. At that point, you want to lock this deal down. Would there be any reason you would change your mind about this decision? Or would there be any reason you couldn't make it tonight when you said you would come in? Is there any reason at all? You want to lock this thing down. You want to check for any unspoken objections. You want to ensure or assure yourself that there is a deal and these people don't back out on you. Now, this is something missed by even the most professional of negotiators. They don't lock things down, so when they come back tomorrow, they find out the deal unwinded. Now, Rich, the producer of this audio program, just reminded me that the word unwinded is not an actual word. And I'm like, Rich, dude, unwinded is a real word where I was brought up. In the bayous of Louisiana, you damn right he unwinded. And then we shot him after that. So, look, this deal unwound itself, right? You came back in and you're like, what happened? We changed our mind. You know why? Because you didn't lock this deal down. It's better to find out now, in the close before this thing unwinds itself. And this close typically is not risked by both young and veteran salespeople as you are wishing deals closed rather than locking that deal down. This unwinding process or the lock close prevents the unwind. It's great for situations where you can't spot or deliver in real time your product. So it's called a lock close. Would there be any reason you change your mind about this decision? It'd be great for appointments. Would there be any reason you couldn't make it tonight and lock this thing down? Everything the same close. Hey, if everything was the same, now this is when your buyer is shopping products down the street and they're like, I need to do business down there, or I want to look at this, or I'm going to buy from them. If everything were the same, which product and who would you rather buy from? Me or them? Now, you got to get a commitment here to me or them. Grant, I'd rather do business with you. Why is that? Okay, because you're closer, because I like you guys better, because I've bought other products from you. Good. Why else? Because you're the nicest guy I ever met. Okay, why else? Because you got the color I want, they don't have it. Okay, good. Why else? Until you can no longer get an answer, you want to ask, if everything was the same, which product would you rather own? Who would you rather buy from, me or them? And then they will tell you why. Why else? Why else? Why else? Why else? This is used when the buyer says he's found the same or similar product for less money. You want to get money out of the objection, move it off the table by asking, look, if everything were the same, who would you rather do business with? At this point, half of them will tell you, I'd rather buy from you. The other half are going to say, I'd rather buy from them. Others will tell you who they would rather buy from. Then, once they tell you this, establish why. Don't take the first why. Keep searching for more whys. Okay, don't take a shortcut here. Why? Why else? Why else? Why else? Why else? Let them build a case for you, and then let them build a case against you, at which point you will handle the objections. At least now you will know what the real deal is and whether there's a deal to be made or not. Okay, this is called money equal close. If the money was the same, which product would you rather own, or who would you rather do business with? This is very similar to the earlier close. You're asking, look, if the money's the same, if the product were the same, if the price were the same, would you rather buy from me or would you rather do business with them? Again, why and why else? These two closes back to back need to be practiced. You'll use them daily. It's the same as everything the same close, a little different wording. This forces a decision as to who the buyer would rather do business with. That's a real word now. Find out why and handle it. This close, like the earlier one, will get you objections that you didn't even know were there. It's called money equal close. If the money was the same, which product would you rather own or who would you rather do business with? Warning, when price is suggested to be the same, okay, never ask a question which would force your buyer to misrepresent them. Like, well, what do they offer you? If you ask that open-ended question that you don't know the answer to, this could cause the buyer to misrepresent their offer, lie about what they were given. Don't ask. This close, like the earlier one, will get you objections that you didn't even know were there. It's called money equal close. If the money was the same, which product would you rather own or who would you rather do business with? Warning, when price is suggested to be the same, okay, never ask a question which would force your buyer to misrepresent them. Like, well, what do they offer you? If you ask that open-ended question that you don't know the answer to, this could cause the buyer to misrepresent their offer, lie about what they were given. Don't ask how was it equipped. Don't ask what were the terms. Don't ask what was the price. If the buyer misrepresents, they will never be able to buy from you. So don't make them lie to you. If you've ever heard the adage, buyers are liars, not true. Buyers are not liars. Negotiators make people lie because they ask questions that force people to lie. The copy close. You come back, you have an agreement, you sit down and tell them, hey, I got you what you wanted. We've achieved exactly what you wanted. And they say, Grandman, I need to think about it. Or can you make me a copy and I'm gonna go home and think about it. You're gonna go into an agreement. First rule of selling, agree. First rule of negotiating, always agree. I'd be more than happy to make you a copy. Give me 1 minute, I'll be right back. You leave, you make a copy, you return with the contract. Now let me ask you, John, I realized as I was making a copy for you that if this product, if the terms were exactly what you wanted and the figures were exactly right, I wouldn't be making you a copy. I'd be figuring out when to install the product and when you wanted to take delivery and when you wanted to turn the product on. So tell me, hey, what's not right here? There's something not right. If everything was right, he'd want what? Hey, Grant, turn me on tonight. Hey, Grant, when can it get installed? Hey, Grant, when does my first payment start? Hey, Grant, I need this and this added. Hey, Grant, will you give me great service? If everything was right, it wouldn't be, I need to think about it, make me a copy. This is a master's close, and it's used to handle this objection. Hey, make me a copy. When you return with the copy, start closing again. People don't want more things to look at. They use this typically as a reason not to make a decision. Okay, you understand? It's not like the guy wants a copy. He didn't come for a copy of your contract. This also could be a good time to get another person or management involved to flush out an objection. It's called the copy close. Hey, Grant, make me a copy. Excellent. What are you going to say? I'll be more than happy to make you a copy. Give me 1 minute. I'll be right back. You want to walk back in with the copy? Mr. Bauer, don't get the copy. Mr. Bauer, John, Bob, whatever his name is. Hey, while I was making this copy, I realized something's not right here. Well, no, Grant, what do you mean? Look, if everything was right, you'd be asking when we install them, when we start them, when you turn me on. You wouldn't be asking for a copy. What's not right? Great close. Paperwork close. So whose name will we be doing the paperwork in? Your name, your company's name, or both? This is very similar to the title and registration close. Assumes ownership, calls it your product, paperwork close. See, as there's paperwork on every transaction done, everybody that's listening to this has got a transactional paperwork process. So no matter what you sell, you're going to be asking a question like whose name or how do you want this titled? Very similar closes. Wording's a little different. You could even use this paperwork close as a trial close earlier on to determine whether or not you're with the actual decision maker or the actual ownership or whoever's going to sign this documentation to finalize the deal. Important person close. Due to your stature and influence in town, we're going to do something special for you that we don't do for anyone else. Present your offer. I need your okay here and here. It's called the important person close. Due to your stature and influence in town, due to who you are, we're going to do something special for you we don't do for anyone else. Present your offer. I need your okay here and here. Now notice the timing here. I said the important person close before I actually presented the numbers. So due to your stature, your influence in the town, due to your title here, whatever the presentation is, whatever makes this person important person, we're going to do something special for you we don't do for anyone else. Then present the offer, ask for the close. Always take the time to genuinely acknowledge each buyer, but anytime you have someone with influence, you use the influence to get a close. People want to be made to feel important. This is a good reason to do something special, or at least a reason to justify or glamorize and build even more value around what you're about to propose to this person. So important person close. Due to your stature, due to your influence in this city, we are going to do something special for you we don't do for anyone else. Present the numbers. I need your okay right here. You also want to see the momentum close, the do it anyway close, the congratulations close, the be grateful close. I mean, there's all these closes got to be intertwined. Third party close. Look, if I can get the seller to agree to what you're asking, would you agree to close now? Good. Sign here, here, and let me see if I can get it approved by the seller. Now, this is when you're going to use a third party to actually help you close this deal. While the third party can be very effective, you want to use this selectively as the buyer will get tired of this quite quickly because it feels like some cat and mouse game, some back and forth, and you could lose your credibility. So you want to use this selectively. You want to take the focus off of you being the decision maker selectively again and show that you're working with them to get this done. Many buyers like the idea that you're the broker trying to get something done for them. Now, I'm going to tell you, this third-party assist close, if you overuse this 1 or 2 times too many, you're going to kill yourself because you're going to lose credibility. Third-party assist close, use it selectively. If I can get the seller to agree to what you're asking, would you agree to close right now? Can I tell them that? Sign here, and let me see if I can get it approved by the seller. So you're basically using a third party to create some urgency to get them to sign right now. Yeah, Grant, if you give me that, you can tell them I'm in. Good, sign right here, let's roll. Okay, great close. Don't overuse it. Treat yourself close. It's called treat yourself close. Of course, it's a lot of money. And this isn't something you do every day. Treat yourself. I need your okay here and here. The whole world seems to think that they're suffering and not enjoying life enough. Use that. Use this thing. Hey, man, treat yourself well close. When the buyer gets bound up in the money, remind them to live life, enjoy life, and treat themselves well. You could use, this is similar to better live rich, can't take it with you, no shortage of money. You work so hard to earn your money. The be grateful close. Remember all those? You're going to use all these. So when you're in the close, hey, man, the payments are too high. I can't afford it. We're over budget. Hey, of course, it's a lot of money. This isn't something you do every day. Treat yourself well. I need your okay here and here. Let's do this. Work hard to earn this close. Hey, I know it's a lot of money. I know it's more than you want to spend. I know it's a big price tag. And this is actually why someone like you works so hard, so that he can earn the right to have these nice things. Look, I need your here and here. Let's do this. Again, the whole world seems to think
That's
whatever
got tough
stage
one.
or level they're at in life, they're suffering. The very rich people think, man, I work so hard for all this. And the poor people think, what? Man, I work so hard and I have nothing. The whole world seems to agree that they're suffering and not enjoying life enough. So this close. Look, you've worked really hard to earn this. Do it. You deserve it. Reward yourself. I need your approval here. People also think they work too hard. You want to use that. When the buyer gets bound up in the money, remind him that's why he works hard. There's only 2 segments in society that are not over budget. The very rich and the starving. The rest of us just overspend. So how's it go? Work hard to earn this close. I know it's a lot of money, John. I know it's more than you want to spend. I know the payments are too high. And that's actually why someone like you and your wife works so very hard. So you guys can earn the right to have the things that you deserve. Let's do this.
Right, guys. So that is my typing for the day. Done.